time. It's about time. All right,
I think we need to finish that and then move on to other
speaking of
finishes.
bumps, all right, I think it's about time we get there, Vic.
Right. So the first bump of the night, gentlemen, champions, might I say. We're gonna talk about finishes, and we're gonna talk about the actual finish, man. The protected finisher itself. With so many false finishes today, is the finisher a thing of the past? Should it be? Enlighten me, guys. What do we feel?
Well, what's interesting is how they're playing Kenny Omega's one-winged angel. Don Callis makes it a point to say nobody's kicked out of that shit, right? The announcers make it a point to talk about only one person has ever, right, gotten out of the one-winged angel.
Too, yeah, I've noticed.
Right? So, like, I've noticed that in the recent weeks, like, they've made a point of that. So I find this topic particularly interesting because elsewhere, that is non-existent, right? We've
really? Wait, I got one.
Go ahead.
There's a guy on SmackDown who thinks he's a king, and he's got a move called End of Days. That no one's really kicked out of that.
Yeah, because nobody was watching. Nobody watches Dark Match.
If the tree falls and nobody's there, it's still fell, JP.
This bald guy that thinks he's a king.
Joe, do you not like him? Yo, Joe, do you not like Baron Corbin? You're not a big fan?
Let me tell you, I actually, you know what? I used to be.
That's right. Fuck your audio.
I used to be a fan of him in NXT.
Okay.
And then when he got brought up, it was disaster. And I think that if he was to go back to that lone wolf character, get rid of this king BS that he's doing, because it's already 2 years since he won the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
I think he could be like a strong big man on SmackDown, and they could really use him like they're doing. I think they're trying to do with Braun Strowman, but you can't really compare the two. But WWE lacking big men right now, especially with putting one into the Hall of Fame this year, or two of them actually into the Hall of Fame this year.
Ooh.
Jesus.
They need to step up their game with their big men.
And they have big men, right?
They have them.
Coda, we saw Coda for a little bit and he disappeared. You know, AJ Styles is walking around with the biggest man we ever seen coming from Nigeria. You know what I mean?
I think almost going to be the next big one.
Yeah.
You think, yo? I don't know, man.
I'm terrified.
I'm terrified too.
Yeah, I feel like he moves around kind of slow and big.
I was just saying.
He reminds me, we haven't seen shit. Let's be real. Like, we haven't seen shit. Right?
WrestleMania might be it.
He might move like the Great Khali. We don't know yet.
That's yo. I'm so glad you said it because
you mean
exactly
the Hall of Fame, Great Khali.
Hey, you talking about the movie star on Lungs Yard?
Yes,
that's right.
I just saw
that
guy.
That guy moves better than what almost looks like he moves like. Like, he's really slow to get in and out of the ring. I'm terrified that it's just gonna be slow motion for him. Like, you know, when Ant-Man turned into a giant and he just that's what it looks like to me.
But Mischief, remember, he could use that. He could stay in his lane because he's 7'6". He could no-sell like nobody in the business. He could move as slow as he wants because once he gets his hands on you, it's over. Think about the Undertaker when he first came out. Undertaker wasn't hopping around hippity-hoppity. The most thing he would do was
Michael Myers. He was Michael Myers.
First of all, he kind of did. All right. And second of all, you made the greatest point against yourself when the Undertaker came out the last time they booked good big men. All right. We're talking about 2021 booking of big men. Braun Strowman just got slimed. You want to talk to me about booking of big men? That's what you want to talk about? The stupid train that's coming? That's the angle you want to talk to me about?
But we were talking about finishes, right? What do you think Omis is going to be? What do you think Omis's finish is going to be?
Getting in the ring and getting winded. It looks like.
You say getting in the ring and getting out.
I would imagine they go and chokeslam with him, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Yeah. He holds somebody, like he duels somebody, like chokeslam, and he holds the guy just so AJ can do the phenomenal forearm. Just stand there and hold.
From what he looks like, do you think that he can hold somebody up in chokeslam position long enough?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
the man is massive. Like listen,
Xavier Woods. Watch.
He is athletic, bro. Like, Like we're really downplaying because we haven't seen him do it. Doesn't mean that he is right. That's the fact. He's playing a role specifically. He's a stoic character for a reason.
And you know what's great about it? He's going to be facing two great sellers at WrestleMania, Xavier Woods and Kofi. So they're going to make him look like $1 million with anything he does.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, JJ. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. Come on now.
That's right.
JJ not feeling Rich Swan's hair. I was laughing at that.
Yeah, yo, that's right. So Young, what's up, yo? Like, some
they should have finished. They should have finished his hair. No, but what they need to talk about is these finishers because, all right, Baron Corbin's a good one, and the Days, that one's kind of protective, kind of sort of. But like, look at the biggest finishers right now. Which one is? What is? RKO is probably one of the bigger finishers right now.
RKO is protected.
But people still get up from it.
Nah, people bounce off all the time, Vic.
People can get. There's been times, but at the same time,
I see what you mean. I didn't understand that.
And it's over, right?
But you're saying that they kick out or they just don't even.
I mean, Bray Wyatt did it, right? The Fiend just did it.
Yeah.
But the Fiend's the Fiend. Like,
you know what? Finisher is kind of ruined for me. It's the super kick.
Oh my God!
It used to be a phenomenal finish. Now it's just some signature. I don't know what you call it anymore.
I think what happened was that, like, while Shawn Michaels was in his crazy boy, sexy boy phase, and he went to the bar and he was like, you know, when you buy everybody a shot, he's like, everybody take my finish. And now everybody does that shit. And like Dolph Ziggler does it 8 times in a match. The Usos do it 9 times. Like the Young Bucks do it 1,000. The Indies are just super kicks. Like if you've never seen indie wrestling before, it's just super kicks.
What's worse, the super kick or the spear? I think the super kick. But
super kick.
But the spear's pretty bad though.
And now what they're doing with the stunner. They're doing it with the stunner.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
Yeah.
It's gonna get there.
Did the cutter stunner this week?
The cutter, the stunner, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Did Ty Conti hit a stunner this week on Nyla Rose?
She had a lot of knee strikes.
Yes, I saw something like that.
Yeah.
That match.
It was like a combination of like a stunner and like a cutter or something. I don't know what.
It was off the springboard, right? Like
Conti be a little sloppy sometimes, but
she did what John Cena was trying to do, but nobody saw him, you know?
Nobody saw him do it.
In case you didn't see, Foco.com. Make sure to get your bobbleheads. They're doing the anniversary WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan. Please don't be in the main event WrestleMania. Bobblehead and your boys. PC 10% off. We got you. All those people that forgot, Three Kings Day, anniversary, Christmas, whatever your baby sister brother. We got you.
3 Kings.
These motherfuckers say, yo, that was in January, yo.
Foco got it going on.
Foco me, Foco you.
That's right. Foco got the special WrestleMania moments each and every Wednesday coming out. So check those out, man.
I think when it comes to a finisher, what's ultimately going to sell the finisher is the story you're telling in the ring, right? Because every time you could do a finish multiple times, and depending on how the person is selling, depending on how live the crowd is, depending on the person selling, how exhausted there is, it's going to be, right? So that is part of it. Unfortunately, people are bouncing up too quickly from moves that are being sold. That's the problem. People are no-selling like a motherfucker. So that's what hurts all of
you know who's like a chronic no-seller? Cody fucking Rhodes is a chronic no-seller. Dude, he takes power bombs and then just fucking pops up. Like
I have not noticed.
He was facing Penta, and I forgot
but that's
what
a terrible match. You gotta expect that in that match. That's a Hammerstein. That's a Hammerstein classic right there.
Just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
fucking indorific.
Pop up, pop.
Did you guys notice though the ref was in their ear a lot? I feel like maybe they were rushing them.
Yeah,
really? They were like, "Yo, get your shit in and get out."
Maybe
but were they saying get your shit in at that point? Like,
probably get your shit in and go.
You're gonna tell Cody Rhodes to get his shit in? The opening match wasn't.
I didn't even thought of that.
He wasn't main eventing, right?
Exactly. He was in the beginning of the show. Everything moves for Cody.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Correct. The beginning of the show was Omega and Matt Sydal. Who had a dope match?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
They opened the show. All right, so they were like the second match of the night.
Evan Bourne's finish is dope. That fucking shooting star. He's always done the best shooting star, I think.
When he can hit it.
Yeah.
Essentially, for more. Yeah, man, my bad.
No, I'm sorry. It's between Evan Bourne and Billy Kidman with the best shooting star.
Yeah, you gotta go with Kidman too.
Wow.
I always loved how effortless Billy Kidman made it look. Like he always made it look like he was just gonna walk off the turnbuckle.
For me, I always loved his ability to hit it from other areas besides the turnbuckle, like when he would do it off the apron.
Yes.
Table
on the top middle of the rope.
Nice.
Everywhere. This guy he was able to do it everywhere.
Billy Kidman, man, he shot in WCW for sure.
I don't know. I believe in the false finishes as being a problem, but I don't think getting rid of the finishes is the way. You got to remember. Don't forget. AEW had a banger with Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley recently that just was exploding of entertainment.
It was sparkling.
It echoed something old school that we mentioned to each other.
Fizzled out, but yeah.
The finish. Everybody remembers the finish. It's so important. Nobody gives a shit what happened. Nobody's gonna remember what happened in between in the middle unless it's Stone Cold and The Rock at WrestleMania 17, and then there's that. But you know what it is?
It's like you can build a whole story around. Hey, this guy, if he hits this finish, it's over, and then it's just the two guys going back and forth trying to hit their finish, and no one hits it. Or if he messes up on the finish,
right?
Like well, that's because he didn't get it all in. And now you take that away, right? Like now everything's a signature move. There's no such thing as a finish.
Yeah, it's like when Penta or Kenta came in. Kenta right at the end of AEW hits a GTS on Moxley, and he sold it horribly.
Damn.
Didn't even hit him. Just
bounced up.
Yeah, they've been having trouble with that, man. They've been having a lot of like bots.
Was it worse than Kingston and an explosion or Vince and a stunner?
There's nothing worse than that.
You know what I blame? First and foremost, you can never get rid of finishers because remember, when it comes to professional wrestling, they are telling a story, and every story needs an ending, right? I think the problem is that everybody's trying to get their shit in, and they forgot about the integrity of a match card, right? Yeah. Because you're supposed to be seeing those false finishes in like main events. In pay-per-views, it matches to have something on the line, right? And now you're seeing that in every dark match. And you know what I mean? I think that's the problem. And why is because everybody's trying to get noticed, to get your shit in. Because your 15 minutes of fame can end up like this.
Yeah. Damn, I can't even imagine the standards that these guys have to get to in that pool of talent, because you think about it, you're training and you're trying to work for a spot where the boss are the fucking legends that are the spot monkeys of yesterday, and they've seen all the flips and they've done all the fucking crazy matches, all the flips and shit. How the fuck do you press them motherfuckers? Like, how do you press the Young Bucks right now?
You beat Darby Allin. Who's just constantly on a quest to try and die. Like he must have like $1 billion life insurance plan, and he's just like, I'm ready to give it to somebody.
You saw that reverse coffin drop this Thursday?
Yes.
He fucked up. He gave him the wrong coordinates.
You want to know what has to finish? Kyle Clark made a point. What do you think of the Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman rivalry? That has to finish. Who asked for this shit? Who was here raising their head, petitioning to see Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman? If you don't got something good, don't give a shit. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. If you don't got a good match,
the next Taker, okay? He's the guy that shows up at WrestleMania to have his crazy bump.
Greedy.
See, here's the
greedy.
All right, I'm gonna spin it to you like this because this is also true. It's also crap, right? Here's something that we need to acknowledge here is that two realities can exist simultaneously. All right, it can be crap, and it's also a draw. Because let's be real for a second.
It's like kissing
a giant chasing Shane McMahon off of, you know, Mr. Shane McMahon, Mr. Stunt on Death, right? Mr. Jump off the Hell in a Cell, the Titantron, Your Mother's Kitchen. Like, he jumps off of everything, right? Mr. fucking, I'm going to risk life and limb. At least I'm going to make it look that way in order to sell a match. Braun Strowman, who's had his fair share of carnival moments, right? Feats of strength, flipping bullshit over and knocking porta potties off the stage. And like, he's done his fair share of shit. So is this match not as sensational, in quotes, right, as a WrestleMania match should be? Can it not be stunterific? Can it not be? Yo, dude, people will tune in for that. And you know what? That's a match that people will talk about if they jump from something high enough. You know,
but I've seen this. I've seen this when he fought Steve Blackman in SummerSlam. Then I've seen him fight the Big Show. Then I've seen him fight the Miz last year. Then I've seen him fight. Like, it's the same match.
But you've seen them, and you've seen them all. You see, and you're gonna see it all over again.
I'm a dirty whore.
Listen,
all the slime and everything.
Dirty.
There's one thing you're forgetting.
Braun. Yeah. There you go. You're good.
The storyline that we're getting to this point has been idiotic. That's the part of the match that doesn't sell. You had him say, "You're not gonna get me because you're stupid." Like, really? Really? That's the best. We have all the writers across America and the world, right? You have Vince McMahon ripping up scripts left and right, and that's the best we can do. That's my problem with it. If you want to sell me that match, sell me that match. And they haven't sold me shit. They're forcing me to watch it, right? And on two nights, right? And the one thing that
the match isn't on 2 nights, you dumb bitch. It's gonna be on one night.
It's just one night.
Bro. Brown's gonna throw him into the river, and then the next night he's gonna come out the water. Like, I'm telling you, bro, this shit is terrible. And you know what? You know what this match is missing? What this match is missing is missing Vince McMahon coming out and shitting on Shane. And secondly, I wonder, what did Shane do to Vince to put him up against Braun? What underlying shit ribbed did fucking Shane? Did he sneeze on him? Did Shane sneeze on Vince? And he's like, "You have Braun!" Like, is that what happened?
JJ wants Braun and Charlotte for WrestleMania, and I second that.
Braun and Charlotte.
Yeah. So I want to make.